This work, Twilight, is a living sculpture in the sense that it's sensing everything around it within the architecture. With it, I was very interested in taking, something which is sculpture and trying to create a living system with it, and creating something which, also strangely ironic because the sculpture is obviously of a phone, which is completely obsolete, and a kind of traditional public payphone that you put change into and make a phone call. And I found myself really looking around at a number of these phones and kind of creating this one single hybrid that we then cast each section of, and to create this work. And that sense of communication, that sense of kind of dialogue and connection that it represented, I was interested in that. I was interested in kind of draining it out of, draining its texture and color and life, and just kind of exploring the single essence, this kind of pulsing of information, this kind of speed of light that's moving through it. And, looking at it as something of landscape work, really. And the communication that it has as a sculpture is influenced by the viewer. So the viewer, in a sense, is, in a very abstract way, is almost playing the work. It's responding to me as I stand here. It's responding to how far I am from it, or how many people are in this room crossing. And that is creating a very different moment in time than might happen for someone 5 minutes from now. Well, one of the things about this show, the show is one of the most minimal shows that I've ever had. There's nothing in here except for this work. And we were looking at finding one of the shortest days of the year, which is this period of time, and installing it now so that you have something where this light is just kind of emitting from this small room day and night, while outside is it's twilight to nighttime. And I was interested in kind of thinking about that relationship of illumination with this kind of snow-covered landscape, with this city which is mostly existing in darkness right now at this time of year, and to create this kind of light sculpture that's kind of living on its own, in a kind of phantom-like way. It's it's something which is quite minimal. It's black and white, and the landscape here is also at this time of year very void of color. And so I just was kind of interested in that idea of creating something that was very minimal, but it also had a kind of it also was living and breathing, and it felt like it had a kind of life force to it. The relationship to the body in art, I think is it's a very interesting topic, because you see and perceive, but you still are contained in this vessel, your flesh, your height, your sight line, how you see, and the mechanics of seeing. And I think the relationship to that is explored in different ways by different people. And for myself, I'm often interested in kind of creating works where you lose yourself physically a bit, or at other times, through duration, through having to do something, you kind of move outside of a consciousness of the body. And so I think in some ways, like the works I make they kind of, they're more without time and without physicality, and looking to kind of create a bridge where there's a kind of synthesis between the work and the viewer.